Take a little lunch break from work today. Doing the same exact thing I did yesterday, throwing out a bunch of pine straw. But while I'm taking this break, I'm looking at what we're gonna do on the homestead this year. Like, what we're gonna do as chickens, what animals we're gonna add, just trying to figure out all the stuff I gotta build, things that I gotta have. But I've been thinking a lot about minimalism lately. Years ago, I got into it. I watched a documentary about minimalism, and then I read a book about it. For some reason, I was really curious about it. I've always grown up with a lot of stuff. And then, at the time, I was living in a one-bedroom apartment, and so we didn't have a lot. And I realized that I was still happy without having a lot of stuff, and it was actually kind of nice at times not having to deal with all that stuff. But it seems like as you get older, and as you do more things, like for me, I like to hunt and homestead. That comes with a lot of stuff, or it can. So can you really be like a homesteader or a hunter and a minimalist? I think you can. Just got done with work. Long day, a good day, but it was very long. So one thing that kind of sparked my interest in minimalism was actually ultralight backpacking. And it's funny, I have learned so much from ultralight backpacking over the years. It's just, it's funny to think about how much I've gotten from it. But I remember getting ready to go on like 4, 5, 10-day trips, and everything that I needed for that 4 and 5 days fit in a 30-pound backpack. And I remember being on those trips and really enjoying the fact that that's all I had, and it was all I needed. And for some reason, I really enjoyed that simplicity. I really, really liked it. So over time, it's really changed my relationship with material things. I love tools. I love things like this camera here that I'm able to do good things with. But it's also made me really evaluate what is excess and what's not excess. And that can be a fine line sometimes. So another thing that has really made me become even more of a minimalist would be living in the camper. That has really shown me like what you can do in a small kitchen. I used to think you needed a huge kitchen to get anything done, and we cook better meals and great meals in such a tiny little kitchen. It's crazy what we're able to do with that, and it's not a big deal. We do it. Trying to be like a minimalist, or just not a frivolous consumer. That's another way to put it. I don't think that stuff is bad. Like, obviously we need things. Like, I need this bow to hunt, or something to hunt with. But for me, this bow, so this recurve, like you see, it's just not a lot to it. I mean, kind of a stick and string. I mean, this is an aluminum stick and carbon fiber limbs and string, but it doesn't have like the cams like a compound bow has. Not a lot of, no nuts and bolts. It's very, very simple. To me, this is one way that I'm being a minimalist, but this is also way harder to use. So even though it's like the most simple design in the world, it's so hard. But I like that it's lightweight. I like that I can store it easily, and there's not a lot that can go wrong with it. It's just a lot harder to use. For me, minimalism is way more than just having less than 1,000 items in my house or putting a number on things like that. For me, it's about intentionality. Am I being very intentional about what I'm spending my money on, what things I'm putting into my house and in my life that I'm having to manage? For me, it's been really good. I like not being tied down buy material things, whether that be truck payments or whether that be just being attached to certain items that I don't want to let go of. It's been a good thing for me. As far as hunting and homesteading go, I like not having a lot of stuff. It's less stress. I just like, that's something about it that I like. So I'm gonna keep going in that direction. So this year, I'm gonna shoot my recurve. I'm gonna use my one rifle. I'm just not gonna buy a ton of gear. I'm gonna get the job done with the tools that I need to get it done and not get caught up in gimmicky products and things like that. So just gonna keep going. Minimalism has been a great practice, in a way, a discipline for me. And I feel like I'm only kind of at the beginning of it. I've been doing it a few years now, but it's something good to look into. If you're curious about it, check that documentary out. It's really, really good. I think you can learn a lot from it, especially in the world we live in today, where it's easy to be very driven by stuff. So now I gotta get my stuff ready for tomorrow. Another day that's been just like the past 2 days. Putting out a bunch of pine straw. When I got home today, this is one thing that I came home to. This dirty little dog. Look at him. Look at him. He's in trouble. Bad trouble. He tried to get a chicken today. And I was thinking about minimalism and that dog. He's caused me a lot of trouble lately. So I don't want to be attached to stuff. Maybe I just need to get rid of him. I'm kidding. So it looks like I need to build a better fence. Sign, I don't know. Something. I gotta do something to keep that dog from getting chickens around here.